All right, welcome to the Mountain, a returning fan favorite of ours here. It is Siren with Rob, and joining Rob is Mike. Mike is the drummer, and of course, we all know that Rob's the lead singer, and you do some excellent guitar work as well, right?
In the old days, yeah. I mean, Mike also is the producer, and he's also the engineer on this too. So we've been together for over 20 years, and we've been writing songs together. So basically, it's us as the core foundation.
You've got your new album out. Well, it's not new. You put it out last year about this time, and you were telling me you've had quite a few releases off of it. Of course, everybody knows Small Town, and your new album's called, or the album you're currently working is called Listen. So you're working on new material for the next album right now?
Yes, we're 9 songs into that, and Listen's been completed probably a year and a half ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. But we're slowly releasing songs off of it, and now we had another video we were going to do, but we just canned it because it just didn't really match what it wasn't what we wanted or up to our standard. So that was gonna be released in a month or so, and then we were going to release the album. But since we didn't do that video, we're just going to go ahead and release the album now.
You did the album, the current album you did in some studios in Atlanta. Is that where you're working on the new stuff?
Yes. We have a guitar player up there we're working with. I'll let Mike take some of this.
Yeah. So basically, me and Robbie, we record everything pretty much down here as far as drums, bass, keys, and vocals. But we have
backup vocals too.
And backup vocals, yeah, we have our backup vocals here. But we also have our guitar player Tanner. He's up in Atlanta with Madison Studios.
And you've got Sony backing you up, the Orchard. You've got some good people that you're working with here. And so it is recorded at Madison Studios, which also is Madison Records. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's where we track guitars. And actually, Wyatt's the mix engineer, the engineer there at Madison. Wyatt, he mixes the stuff. But most of the stuff is actually recorded here at Robbie's,
South Florida.
Yeah, South Florida, and Robbie's. We have a studio built here at Robbie's place.
Siren's been together since the mid '80s, early '90s. I remember.
Well,
the band
that was the original group that I started with. It was a metal band at that point, and that band, we did some stuff with that. That was a metal version, and they're still existing today. But I stopped my work with them because I really just didn't want to do metal anymore.
Right? Did you let your hair? Did you get rid of the big hair look? Kinda, sorta.
Yeah, actually, funny. Last week I just cut my hair, so it's like I went to a normal haircut. So it's like I'm going, all right. Too many years of being a 70-year-old hippie, but
as long as you're not bald on top, you can do the '80s look pretty well. But if you can
get away with it. But that version is different. This one was started in the band kind of went defunct. The early metal version of that went down in about 1987, I think.
Right.
And then it was like dormant, nobody was doing anything. And then I started playing again because I had quit for a little bit, and then started in 2000. And then I got with Mike, and then we started this new version of the band, changed the logo, changed the style of music that we're doing. And we, now we're on, like, Listen will be the 4th album we've released. So under, this new version.
Arrow has a Eddie Vedder sound. When we played it on the Mountain the first couple of times, I would always walk over and look to see who the artist was. You guys you're kind of a chameleon. You have a lot of different sounds to your vocals, and your songwriting's very, very good. It never seems to change, but y'all change your sound a little bit. You've got a lot of influences.
Yeah, well, a lot of that's, Robbie and our how many years apart are we in? We're a good bit in age. I'm a little bit younger than Robbie. So, a lot of Robbie's influences span across, the 70s and 80s. And a lot of my influences are from like the 80s and 90s and 2000s. So, we kind of have between the both of us, we cover like 60s up until like the 90s and early 2000s of influence.
And even Tanner's
and Tanner now
32.
Yeah, Tanner's a little bit younger, so Tanner even has like some, especially the guitar parts, there's a little bit younger influence with Tanner stuff. And I think that's one of the things that helps kind of keep things fresh and interesting with our sound.
So Small Town was almost a John Cougar type melody, and this one again is much more of a 90s rock sound to it. And I guess y'all are aware of that, but it's awesome. It's kind of a modern American rock tune, you know?
No, it's great. I mean, that's kind of where we are a little bit. You know, there is a strong sense of kind of Americana in a lot of our stuff, you know, and, you know, I am very much, you know, the 90s is where I kind of cut my teeth and learned to love music. So, yeah, there's definitely in my side of things, there's definitely a lot of influence from, you know, 90s alternative rock and all that stuff. But, you know, I still love a lot of the Americana sound and stuff like that, too. So, and that's just also something that as we, you know, when we started back up again, that just kind of seemed like it made sense, especially with Robbie and, you know, his style of songwriting just kind of seemed like a kind of a natural place to kind of head towards.
Did you grow up in South Florida in that area as well?
Oh, I grew up in the Carolinas. I grew up in the Charlotte area in a middle of nowhere county called Stanley County. It's about 35 miles east of Charlotte.
Well, you had good alternative coming out of Charlotte on the radio back in those days, too.
Yeah, well, North Carolina, you know, is kind of, you know, not really known as a musical place, but there are some, you know, Raleigh had a pretty cool little like hardcore punk scene going there in the 90s, you know, obviously kind of near Atlanta, you know, with what was going on with Atlanta and, you know, especially in the 80s and 90s with a lot of their alternative college rock coming out of Athens and all that stuff. So, you know, being there in the Carolinas, we did catch a nice little cross section of a lot of the stuff that was happening in the 90s with kind of rock and alternative and all that stuff for sure.
And when you say you're back in the studio and you've already, what did you say, 9 cuts down on the next album?
Yes.
Are you holding those? Do you keep them held? They're not available right now. They're deeply in the vault as you work on them?
We're mastering them as we go along. I think we just we're wrapping up the last bit of vocals on a couple of them. I think we got 3 or 4 of them. 3 of them are mixed already. But the sound it's definitely, we just really took another step as far as direction. So I think it's really good. That Mike could probably.
Yeah, just kind of really, you know, a lot of what you're hearing, especially like tunes like Arrow and stuff like that, we really kind of felt like we found kind of a lane, and we've really kind of started kind of exploring that sound quite a bit more, which is really cool and interesting.
Yeah, one of the things that helped on this last album, Listen, that all these songs you're listening to now that are coming off of, we had Tanner. That was the first time that we had worked with him, and then we also started working with Beth Cullen, and she's a very experienced vocalist, so she kind of gave us another dynamic. So now that we're on our second go around with the same team, it's pretty good. The core people, Mike. Myself, our bass player, Chris, and our keyboard, Chip, we've been together probably 20 years. So adding these new pieces just gave us a different vibe. And now I think we really honed it in.
Yeah, now we're kind of familiar with what they're able to do because, you know, like Robbie was saying on the last, you know, on the Listen album, we were just kind of getting those guys in and figuring out what we could do with them. Now we know what we can do with them, and we're really exploring like kind of knowing that and knowing what they're capable of and knowing how to use them to the best advantage towards the music.
Yeah, all the sonic space that we're using, all of it.
Yeah. So the new album out probably next year. The current album is called Listen, and how many cuts is on that album?
10.
And you've released about 4 of them so far. Do you see more releases coming, or is it you going to move on?
We're going to release all of it at the same time. That I think that's set for August. Everything will be released then. And then there's some other tracks on there that are a little deeper cuts, which are the ones I usually like. The B-side.
Are you doing it on vinyl as well?
Yes, it's already out on vinyl.
Where do they go, the listeners go to get your music right now?
SirenBand.com.
And I want you guys to introduce the latest tune off of your album, Listen. Good luck to you guys. Keep in touch, and we'll be spinning this tune here on the mountain often. It's already in the top 20.
No, great.
Appreciate it, Chris. Appreciate the support, and we'll hope to talk to you soon on the rest of the stuff. We're Siren, and this is our new song called Arrow. Hope you enjoy it.